Here we have the new 2025 Hyundai Sonata Inline. This one's a front-wheel drive model. This color is Aero Silver. We get the dark gray, unique heated sports seats here. And for the powertrain, a 2.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder made it with an 8-speed wet dual-clutch transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED daytime running lights as well as our LED headlamps. Love the light bar as it goes across there. It doesn't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking it up. But ever since they redesigned the Sonata, it really does look like Iron Man, and I'm all for it. It looks very nice compared to the few sedans that are left on the market. Now down here, these are gonna be 19-inch alloy wheels. Love that design as well. It really does match the sportiness of the car overall. Sorry for the wind noise, but passive keyless entry on the front. And then we have one-touch up and down windows for the front, regular power windows on the back. Rear window lock there, power door lock controls, power mirrors, and then we do get blind spot monitors in those mirrors. 12-speaker Bose sound system. Electronic parking brake, trunk release, traction control, hood release. And then these are covered up, but that's what the pedals look like, and I love that. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel, there's the release. Here's the power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. And I love the seat design itself, having the end stitch there. Just a great look in my opinion. Now I do want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So we're gonna test out the leg room. Still a little bit of plastic here, so that's all pretty much that there. But let's hop in the back. And yeah, I think great space for a four-door car. Very good. Knees, just when I put them towards the middle, are touching the back of the seat a little bit, but when I sit normally, my knees aren't touching at all. You get a netted side pocket on the passenger seat, rear AC vents, two USB-C charge ports. There's a view of the front from back here. And then we do get a panoramic sunroof, and that's what the sunshade looks like. Middle seat folds down, and there are your bottle holders. And then I do like the LED lights throughout as well. Now, if you do need to access the child locks, put the key in and just turn that one way or the other to get it going. Fuel cap there. Now, as we come around to the back end, this is one of my favorite parts about the Inline in particular. Of course, you get the LED tail lights in the back. And again, they don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But quad tip exhaust, gotta love that. Absolutely great choice there for that design. Nice sound to it as well. And there's your space in the cargo area. Again, this is just plastic that's covering this up, but this one has a cargo net, which is nice, and pretty good space overall in here. Just from the front to the back to the trunk space. And then you have the ability to lift this up, if I can get to it. Bear with me. And then you have your tire inflator kit underneath there. Now I hit the release to fold the seat down. So I'm gonna show you how that works. Just pull here, run longer objects through to the front if you need to. Top tethers for the car seats are integrated behind the seats themselves. And then your lower anchors are right here behind these covers. You just push them back and stick it in there. And I think I said these seats were cloth, but I believe they're like a suede of some sort. So I apologize for that. It's leatherette with the suede, and that's a nice look. Now this seat, you can crank up or down, adjust the seat back there, seat bottom here. You have a side pocket there. glove compartment here. Love the trim. And then as we come back around to the front of the vehicle, just a quick look in the engine bay. And again, you get that 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. So we're getting in here now. Nice leather wrap steering wheel here. I like the perforation on the sides. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, we have that navigation system. AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, CarPlay, Android Auto. Your setup here. Vehicle settings are in there. And then go to your general settings if you want to adjust your language, as well as your units of measurement there. Other than that, everything else is somewhat self-explanatory or something that I, wouldn't normally use. But it's one of the reasons I like Hyundai system. There's a lot in there, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. You just have the stuff you need to get to. It's pretty easy to get to. Backup cameras here. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then down here, hazards, shortcuts for the map, media, custom button, volume knob here. You can click there to turn the audio off. And then you do have a somewhat of a tune knob there you can use. Now down below that, dual zone automatic climate control. So you have the soft touch buttons here for fan speed, the 3-stage heated seats, all of that. And then you can just use the auto mode or sync the AC there, and then use the knobs for either side to adjust the temperature. Down here, 2 USB-C ports, 12 volts. And then we do have a wireless charging pad here. Your drive modes, you just push this button. You have normal, sport, and then the My Drive that you can configure. Automatic brake hold, and this will pull up that backup camera, push of a button. And then your bottle holders are here. And then you have kind of an armrest, if you will, but center console cubby space right there. And up here we have our sunroof controls, the lights. Now I pushed the shade back, so let's see how far the roof goes, or the glass itself. So that's one touch. And then you can one touch close, and I like that sunshade goes with the roof there. So that's all one button, or one press, excuse me. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. Here's the vanity mirror. You hit that light there. And then back to the steering wheel, blinker. And then you can adjust the low beams when you're in the auto mode. You can turn on the auto high beams. When you're in the low beams, you can turn on the high beams. And then right side stock is windshield wipers, one time off, intermittent low high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency here and then pull up for that fluid. You get paddle shifters behind the steering wheel if you want to use those while in drive. Now the shifters here, so you pull for reverse, tap up for neutral, and pull all the way up for drive, and then press there for park. You get the smart cruise. You can turn on there, set your speed, pause and resume the cruise, and then you can adjust the gap for that. And then the lane centering here. This sub menu, or this button, is to go through the sub menus of the gauge cluster there in the middle. And then when applicable, you can use this as a scroll bar to go through your options there. Now right side of the wheel, you have a custom button that's different than the one you have on the radio. Bluetooth button, track list of radio station presets can be gone through here. Volume, up, down, click there to mute. And then you have the voice recognition, and the mode button goes through your audio sources. And you can configure those when you first get in the vehicle. If you only want to pull up FM, Bluetooth, and the CarPlay, you can do that. Or if you only want AM radio to come up, that's what that'll do when that mode button is pressed. Push button start here. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Sonata Inline out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Sonata Inline here, I like how it drives. It's relatively sporty, and I like this sub menu here, this kind of this view here where I can see the torque, oil temp, the turbo, all the important stuff driving a vehicle like this. And it does give it that more kind of like Subaru WRX feel. You can see all the gauges, or like a Focus ST, something like that. And I like that because you're getting this for a $38,000 price point in a vehicle that's still relatively efficient, relatively practical. Now I want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs again for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new car you might be interested in. But it's a simple car to drive. It's, again, even though it's an inline, it's the sportiest version you can get. It still feels like a daily driver, even with these unique seats here, just how they kind of hug you. It still feels like, again, a Sonata. Ride's just a tad stiffer, but nothing that would deter me from buying this car. It's just something that I can feel compared to driving an SEL or an SC with 16-inch wheels. So and again, this still feels practical, even though you have a beefier exhaust, a beefier engine. It sounds tuned, but it doesn't sound too much, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like there was too much done here. Again, you still feel like you're in a Sonata. It still feels practical. It still feels like the four-door sedan that we've grown to love. Even like technology-wise, everything that's involved here, blind spot monitors and all of that. Now I'm putting it in a sport mode. Gonna try to give it a pull getting on the interstate here. Not gonna floor it, but gonna give it a little push. Here we go. Wow. I mean, a quick car, and really wasn't even trying. That's that just feels fantastic. It feels really good. So lane centering's on now. I'm gonna put it back to the normal drive mode. Adaptive Cruise doing its thing. So great for highway driving, having this system here. I love Hyundai and Kia's system. It's not necessarily a Super Cruise or a full self-driving, but it's just always ready to go for lane centering and adaptive cruise. You don't have to be in a certain predicament to use it, which I like. You just always need to be paying attention. Wouldn't necessarily call it a hands-free system, but it's usable that way. Now, as for the ride down the highway, it was pretty good. That stretch of interstate's always rough, so relatively loud on the tires, but the ride quality was still, for the stiffness that you had, it was still comfortable for a vehicle. It wasn't as comfortable as the typical Sonata in a SC SEL trim, but still very nice. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, I think this price point is not terrible. It's almost $38,000 sticker, but you get something that's relatively quick. I mean, the car it feels fast, and I like that about a car like this. But then again, you still have that practicality standing behind. You're still getting 23 city, 32 highway, still have great trunk space, great space for your passengers, and it's just, there's not a harsh learning curve getting behind the wheel of this. Now the bolsters come in handy on these seats as you kind of take a tight corner like I just did, so that's nice to have again. It just feels like a sports sedan, but it's not what you'd consider an expensive one. Under 40 grand for a vehicle in general these days, you're just like, all right, you know, that's like the new 20. It's really sad, but you know, it is what it is. So again, for this money, just like the Hyundai Santa Fe's, the Hyundai Tucsons, you just feel like you're getting a bargain here for all that you're getting for this price point. And I'm just really impressed with the car overall. Again, the performance, the practicality, all of that there. We're gonna give it one more pull. Yeah, this thing is nice. So again, it's a quick car, it's a fun car, it's a practical car. That needs to be their catchphrase. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Hyundai Sonata N-Line.